Okay, boys and girls, just welcome back to finding the inverse. And now we're going to look at finding the inverse of non-linear functions. So we have to remember that this is a square root symbol. And the opposite of taking the square root, that's the square root symbol. The opposite of taking the square root is to square it. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing we did in the previous video. We're going to change f of x to y. Oops, sorry. I'm going to change f of x to y. And then exchange x and y. And I need to get rid of this radical. So to get rid of this radical, I'm going to square both sides. So that gives me x squared here. And the magical thing about squaring a radical, it just makes the radical disappear. What's inside the radical, or the radicand, remains the same. So we have y equals x squared, and that is the inverse of the square root of x. Okay, I'm going to do problem number 9 with you. And I'll have you do some problems on your own. Okay, so problem number 9, we're going to start where we always start. We're going to change f of x to y. And then we're going to square both sides. No, I'm sorry, we're not going to do that. Before we can square both sides, we have to get rid of the 2. So since we're subtracting 2, we're going to add 2 to both sides. What am I doing? What did I forget to do, boys and girls? It's after school, and I'm tired. What did I forget to do? You are correct. I forgot to exchange x and y. Thank you for reminding me of that. So we're going to change x and y. So now we're going to add 2 to both sides. So that gives me x plus 2 is equal to y plus 3. Now that I have the radical by itself, now I can square it to get rid of it. So once again, I'm squaring it. And when I square it, it's magical. It gets rid of the radical. Now, you might be asking, why can't I just write that as x squared plus 4? Because that would be wrong. So remember, if you have something like that, in order to square it, you'd have to use the box. And you get x squared 2x, 4. You get x squared plus 4x plus 4. But I don't want to do that, so I'm just going to leave it written as x plus 2 squared, quantity squared. Then we're going to subtract 3 from both sides. I can't subtract into that radical, so it's into that square. So I have x plus 2 squared minus 3 equals y. And if I write that in function notation, I'll have x to the negative 1 of x is equal to x plus 2 quantity squared minus 3. All right, I'm going to do problem 12, and then I'm going to let you do the others on your own. Okay, so for problem 12, same thing. We're going to start by making this y equals 2 square root of x minus 8. Then we're going to exchange x and y. And I need to isolate this y. I need to get it all by itself, okay? So to do that, I have to add 8 to both sides. Notice I start by adding 8 because we always get rid of what's not attached to the variable first. So we get x plus y, x plus 8 is equal to 2 square root of y. Okay, I'm trying to get y by itself. So before I can square it, I'm going to divide by 2. Now, to get y by itself, I'm going to square this. I have to square the entire, it is an entirety, so I'm going to have x plus 8 squared. 2 squared is 4, so I can write that like that is equal to just y. So writing it in function notation, I get x plus 8 squared over 4. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to pause the video and I want you to try problems 8, 10, and 11 by yourself. 8, 10, and 11. Okie dokie, boys and girls, welcome back. So this is going to equal to y, and I'm doing these in my head, so please bear with me. X equals that, so it'll be x squared plus 4. This would be x squared plus 5. Are those the exact same? Almost the exact same. And then this one would be x squared plus 3. Nope. X plus 3 squared. Nope. X minus 3 squared plus 1. Nope. Start over. Y equals x minus 3 squared plus 1. There we go. Okay. So that's how we do those. All right, these last three, we're going to look at when we square in a function. So the opposite of x squared is square root. So if I take the square root of x, I'm just going to be left with x. So we're going to start, same thing. We're going to exchange x and y. Okay, and now I want to get y by itself, so I'm going to take the square root of that x squared, so I get y is equal to the square root of x. If we do the same thing here, we get y is equal to x minus 3 squared. We're going to exchange x and y. And then to get the y by itself, we're going to take the square root of x. That would make the square go away, so we have radical x plus 3 is equal to y. So I want to pause the video, and I'm going to let you do the last one. Okay, welcome back. That's going to give us x plus 2 square root minus 1 equals y. Okie dokie, boys and girls. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it.